This video is an update to my video where I discussed 40 days of eating, quote, real food like you can see behind me here on the floor, from our garden, real, organic, fresh from the garden vegetables and organic meat from Bartlett Farms here. And I wanted to give an update to that. But just as a review, I'll show you that clip from the video that's called I Had a Heart Attack. So this is that piece, just to remind you. But I made some changes to what I said here. That investigation. Now, we've grown a garden for a long time. So I wanted to find out, is it possible for us living up here in rural North Dakota to eat a completely known for real organic diet? One big advantage we have is our garden, and I put out videos on our garden. And Linda knows how to, harvest all of those in a good, healthful way, preserve all of the garden goodies by canning. She water bath cans mostly. And we have a freeze dryer and a dehydrator, but mostly canning and freeze drying, because freeze drying, keeps most of the really good medicinal health benefits from all of our vegetables from the garden. In fact, this morning I'm up to get some protein, which we are also blessed because just a mile away from us is a completely organic rancher and dairyman, his whole family. So they produce raw milk and produce kefir from it. And they have all organic beef and pork and chickens and pastured eggs, of which I buy all my eggs from them. So we have the protein sources and the garden. So I wanted to find out what it would be like to, go on this schedule. I was going to go up and get some, I'm up here in the garage by our freezer to take these trays of carrots and green beans and pick up some of the organic products we have. This is for my one meal today, sage sausage. But let me talk a little bit about this experiment of mine. I thought through this whole piece, because if you're ever interested, Dr. Jamantas, he's a cardiologist down in Florida. He says a lot of things, but two main things is get off no processed food. He has a saying that says, if it's got a barcode on it, don't eat it. Any processed food, there's nothing in the grocery stores healthy anymore. There's a lot of, even the meat and stuff has had antibiotics and vaccines. They give them corn and finish them with grain or corn, which is contaminated with glyphosate. It's just, I feel sorry for people living in the city, because how do you even get organic food? And most people can't afford it. We're blessed enough that we can, and we have a source for it everything we need within a few miles of our house. And we grow a lot of food on our house. The other thing he said is eat real food and fasting. I've been a obese person my whole life. I'm listed as morbidly obese right now. I weigh Before I was at 288. I'm 6 foot. Now I've started this 40-day program that I'm going to go over with you about a week or so ago. And I started out 288 pounds. And the program is a daily fast of 23 hours, 1 meal a day. And that meal is mostly protein, no starchy carbohydrates. The carbohydrates I get are in our vegetables from the garden only. No sugar, no refined sugar, no alcohol, no fast food eating, none of it. None of my favorite ice cream, just real food in 1 meal a day with a 23-hour fast. And do that for 40 days and find out the results. That's pretty much what I wanted to. Now to the actual, what I've been doing for the last 20 days, little over 20 days. 20 days was, it's actually been 24 days. At the 20th day, I went and had some blood work done. And I'll put this on the screen so you can see it a little better. But, and I'll tell you about the results. But here, before I said I was going to do a 40 days of eating 1 meal a day and a 23-hour fast, eating real food like from the garden and from organic proteins, chickens, eggs, pork, beef, bison, from a local rancher, farmer, dairyman. And I said I'd just do that for 40 days. I modified that after, seeing what Dr. Jamanis had talked about, the value of a 3-day water fast. So what I did do was I did 7 days, 1 meal a day, fast 23. I did take a lot of water, and then I did add Redmond salt to the water for the minerals, that depletion. I didn't do a complete carnivore because of the vegetables, and they have some carbohydrates in it, but I didn't do any high starchy vegetables like potatoes. No eating out, no alcohol, no sugars, very, very low in carbs, only from the vegetables behind me, leafy vegetables, etc. We cooked it in a manner not to brown a lot of stuff, mostly sauteed. But 1 meal a day, 23-hour fast for 7 days, then a 3-day water fast, 72-hour water fast. 7 days, 1 meal a day, 23-hour fast, then a 3-day water fast. I went through 2 cycles so far. I've got 2 more to go, and I'm into the following week, and here in 2 days I will do another 3-day water fast. Well, here's the results. In June, what panicked me was not only the thought of, problems with the heart, and that's what made me start really thinking about all these things. It was, I'll read down what it was in June. Glucose level, 121. A1C, HbA1c was 6.6. That's pre-diabetic and pushing type 2 diabetes. Triglycerides were pushing 200. Cholesterol was 250. My weight was 270. My blood pressure was 135/90 with drugs. So I'll come back. And now this blood test I just had on my 20th day of this, the glucose level, which was 121, came back 97. The HbA1c was 6.6, came back to 5.4. Triglycerides were 194, came down to 112. Cholesterol was 250, came down to 203. And that's 203 eating a lot of saturated fat, red meat, eggs, all of that. The LDL did go up, but that's expected. My weight was 270 when I started. In that 20 days, it dropped to 254 pounds. So it's 20 days and a drop of 16 pounds. My peak was 288, but I trained, started intermittent fasting and narrowing the eating window to prepare for this. My blood pressure, reminder, with drugs was 135/90, and now, just recently, it was 126/78 without drugs for a week. So everything is back in the normal range. I'm off metformin, I'm off all drugs in 20 days. So real food, no sugar, no seed oils, no going out. I investigated, well, when we're on the road and we're out, we have to find some places. And there is an app where you can find out where they don't use seed oils. And one of them, I believe, I could be wrong, but it's one of like this. Buffalo Wild Wings uses tallow, beef tallow. And more I see are using that. So there are some, but we're going to take off an old Lucille over here in just a few days. And we've been freeze drying a lot of stuff because Lucille's only 20 feet long, freeze drying food and pre-prepared meals from all of this organic stuff. And then, of course, I suppose we'll have to stop in some Whole Foods or Sprouts or some health food places to get what we can along the way. Because I'm going to do this for another 20 days, and who knows, just keep continuing going down that road. So this is an update. It's all good news. I mean, I'm amazed. God made our bodies to heal themselves if we just listen to Him. Take care of our gut, eat real food, and fast. Because what can happen in 72 hours is amazing, and we've talked about it. Entire immune system rebuilt, goes into autophagy, where it gets rid of all the demented, deranged cells, which causes plaque in the heart. Oh, I forgot. And my knees and everywhere there was inflammation, it's gone. I feel great. So I'm frustrated that I didn't know about this or care about it when I was 50. I'm 73, but I feel like 50 right now. So that's an update to the 40-day fast. I hope it's helpful. Thank you.